Hello, everyone. This is your host, Jamie Buckley, and this is Life of Fiction, Episode 11. And I have a great reason to celebrate today because tomorrow, on September 22nd, 2023, we are celebrating the launch of Demoni, Vankil by Höbin Luckyfeller. Now, the Demoni Vankil book has been around since 2011. That was the first publishing. But this is different. We have the revised edition. It has been cleaned up. Any of the gaps in the story have been filled. It has been enhanced. Using a very wonderful program called Vellum, we have created a unique style, not only with the printed version, but also the digital version. The thing that I want to bring up and what I really want to do here on this episode is to help any other indie author out there who is either having second thoughts of using Amazon or is struggling right now with using Amazon, because I have had one heck of a challenge in getting this book republished. Now, I want to start by saying there are three major changes between the revised edition that comes out tomorrow and the 2011 edition. The story is still the same. It is. It reads smoother now. All the grammatical errors are corrected. The formatting is smoother. But the story is still the same. The three major changes in the revised edition is, number one, the cover. It doesn't look anything like the previous cover. It has a very different feel to it. And I love it. I absolutely love it. The back cover and the blurb, it's better. I think it's much better. So that's the first change. The second change is that instead of the story being under my name, Jamie Buckley, as the author, it has been released or is being re-released under Höbin's name. So it's Höbin Luckyfeller that is on the front cover, not myself. However you look inside, the copyright is still the same. The interior is still the same. The third difference that you will see on the inside title page is that it is being published under a new publication company. Now, the previous or original version was published under On the Fly Publications. And I've had that company all the way back to when Wanted Hero started out as comic books. But I just didn't like how can I say this? It didn't feel as professional as I wanted it to be. And so I have a new publishing company, again, a family company, called Perspicacious Publishing. And it was created specifically for the Wanted Hero books, but also for the children's books that my wife and I make with Stella and the Bear. So those are the three major changes with this new revised edition. What I was not anticipating is that Amazon would throw on the brakes and throw up walls, not allowing me to publish this on their platform. Now, everything that I do, every book that I publish, every story that I put out there, I always do it in, how can I put this? I have three tiers that I use. We have the digital, we have the paperback, and we have the hardback. Now, anyone who's done indie publishing, they realize, look, you can do digital anywhere. You can do it on your own website. I do this. I make sure that all the file formats are available through me so that if anyone buys a book, no matter what the story is, if they buy directly through me, I make the most money by giving them the exact same files that you upload to whether it's Amazon or Draft Digital or any platform. The paperback I prefer to do through Amazon KDP. The quality is really good. I used to go through CreateSpace, and that was my preference, and then Amazon bought CreateSpace and cannibalized it and made it Amazon KDP. So the quality for the paperbacks and the profit margins are really good. And their distribution, of course, it's worldwide. It's a really good deal. And then for hardback, I prefer to go through Ingram Spark. So those are the three tiers. What I was not expecting was a challenge from Amazon on whether or not, believe it or not, whether or not I had the right to publish this story. Now, that seemed really, really bizarre to me because here I was, I had gotten everything set up. I was ready with the digital. I used PayHip and a Coffee or a Ko-Fi shop to be able to sell the digital versions. And here I was ready. I had all the files. I've not only for myself, but I've probably created and uploaded close to 80 to 100 books on Amazon. This is old hat for me. Okay, so I knew everything was formatted perfectly. The cover was done perfectly. Everything is in its margins. It's all ready and done. And I get an email from Amazon, and I'll read this to you. It said, "Hello, during our review, we found that your book contains interior and or cover content that's available from a different publisher. We need you to confirm your publishing rights before the book is made available on Amazon." And then they give Demoni, Vankil by Höbin, Luckyfeller. They give as the author, and then Jamie Buckley as the editor, because I put myself on as the editor. But when you look inside the books, this new one and the original version, it's still, the copyright is the same. Everything else is the same. And it says to publish the books, reply to this email and send documentation and or verification showing you hold rights to the content. Please submit any documents you have along with an explanation of any previously published books within 5 days. If we do not receive the appropriate documentation, the books will be unavailable for sale on Amazon. Then it gives a list here of the acceptable documentation and the ones that they can't accept. And the acceptable documentation may include 1, a letter from the previous publisher reverting rights back to the author. 2, a signed copy of the agreement between you and the author. 3, a signed copy of the agreement between the author and the previous publisher. 4, a signed letter from the previous publisher indicating that they do not object to your edition. And 5, documentation showing the previous publisher holds non-exclusive rights. Then the examples of what they could not accept is a personal statement by you that you have the publishing rights. 2, a copyright application for which registration has not been confirmed. 3, contracts that have not been signed by all parties. 4, ghostwriter agreements or contracts. And 5, private label rights documents. And then it just says, if you have any questions or believe that you've received this email in error, reply to this message. Thanks for using Amazon KDP. So here I am. The first challenge was I am trying to release an edition from Höbin, who is a fictional character, who is now considered the author. I own the book. I own the rights, the exclusive rights. I own the copyrights. I own both publication companies. And I, for lack of a better term, it's kind of ew saying it this way, I own Höbin. I mean, he's my fictional creation. So, okay, I find myself in a bit of a pickle because the first thing that they say they cannot accept is a personal statement by you that you have the publishing rights. But here's the thing. How do I go about any of this when how do I explain this when there isn't anyone that I can go to? And here's the thing. I laughed so hard when I received that email. I laughed so hard that I cried. And I had to prep a response. So I wanted to tell the truth. I wanted to be upfront. And so I tried the direct route. You should always try the direct route, always be upfront and honest. So I gave a reply email, and this is what it said. To whom it may concern. First of all, I'd like to say thank you for reaching out and being attentive to these kinds of details. I know that you've asked me to explain the situation, but the fact that someone could have done this to me and you caught it, it makes me smile. There is no issue with switching publication companies for this book. I, Jamie Buckley, hold all the copyrights exclusively to this book and everything pertaining to it, as you can see if you compare the two editions. Look at the copyright page. I also personally own both publication companies. And to help explain, I've attached screenshots from my state from the entity search government website. My previous company of on-the-fly publications did not provide the confidence that I had hoped, so a new DBA was created to take its place, and that is Perspicacious Publishing. If you look at the screenshots, you'll notice that they're both owned by me. It has it on there, has my name on there, and all the addresses on there, and that one was not renewed on the fly. The registered agent on both companies is also me. All of the books I previously published are being rewritten and republished under this new company name. If you would place a note attached to my Amazon KDP account about this, so future problems can be avoided, I'd appreciate it. This new version of Demoni Vankil is also being published under the fictional name of Höbin Luckyfeller, a character from the actual book. I have placed my name as the editor on this edition instead of the author. Fans have grown to love this character, so publishing under his name seemed creative and wise. The copyright and registered ISBN are under my personal name, so ownership can't be disputed. So all the information is valid. I hold all exclusive rights to publish Demoni Vankil, and I hold all exclusive ownership in both publishing companies. On the Fly Publications has been dissolved, and it no longer exists legally. I plan to publish through Perspicacious Publishing from this point forward. There are no contracts to show, as I own everything and have no need for permission from myself. Nor can I get a signature from Höbin, as he is a fictional gnome from my fantasy series. Please let me know if you have any other issues. Thank you again for being so attentive to matters like this. If it wasn't me that was republishing my books, I would be so grateful that you caught this. So that's how I responded. That was my initial thing. And I did. I sent the screenshots of everything having to do with my companies and made sure that they had all these forms and all the information, and I highlighted everything so they could look and compare these things, which they already have on their, they have this on their website and on my account. So here I am waiting for Amazon's response so I could resolve this within the 5-day span, but it never comes. Now, this is what's really strange is I've been moving my email, my Gmail, over to use something called Proton Mail because I want more privacy and more freedom. Amazon apparently didn't like that. So they had rejected my email reply, and I didn't see it within the 5-day limit. So when I went back to my old account and found that that 5 days had elapsed, I decided to write them another email. And I said, to whom it may concern, I'm so sorry for missing the 5-day mark to reply to the email with validation. Due to health issues, and I had not been at the office nor had access to this email account, when I tried to reply using a personal email, I got the following message, and this is what I got on my Proton Mail. Hello, you're receiving this message because you replied to a KDP email from an email address that is not associated with your account. So they're tracking this. If you're a writer and you're working with your account with KDP and Amazon, just know you're going to have these things tracked. To protect your privacy, whatever, we only send account information to the email address on file for your account. Now, I get that, but replying from a different... Okay, all right, I'm not going to argue this. For assistance, reach us through our Contact Us form, which is good, or reply to our original email from the email address associated with your account. Great. Okay, I know how to resolve this. And it says, thanks for using Kindle Direct Publishing. Okay. So I said, this is me, because I went back to my Gmail and replied to the original. I said, this is me striving to fix that mistake, and I am writing from my KDP account email. So I sent the information again, and I added and said, explanation about changes in publishers. My previous company went out of business, and a new company was created to take its place. To help explain, I've attached the screenshots from the entity search website on the government side of my state. So I go through all this, and they reject it. They reject it because, like I said, it was a letter from me providing a statement that they can't accept it. They need some form of documentation. So I'm sitting here wondering, how the crap am I supposed to prove something that I've never been required to prove because everything's mine? Who do I go to when I'm the boss and I'm the owner and I'm the rights holder and the ISBN holder? Where the heck do I get what do I do? So I tried to walk them through the line by line, allowing them to and encouraging them to compare this edition that I was trying to publish and the previous edition, how it's identical. The other thing that I could not understand is I am trying to publish the same book from inside the same account. I mean, it's not like someone from the outside would hack my account and publish the exact same book where the money would still go to the same bank account. That just doesn't. Are you seeing where this just doesn't make any sense? And yet I can't go forward to publish Demoni Vankil. So what do I do? All right, so I went down the list and decided, okay, I need to find another way to do this. So I sent them another email and I said, attached is because remember in the list it says a letter from the original publisher to the author. Now the challenge that I have is that I'm no longer the author with this edition. Who's the author? It's Höbin. Höbin's a fictional character, but okay, I'm going to try to comply to what they said. So I sent the email and I said, attached is the revision rights letter from April 24th, 2023 from On the Fly Publications to Höbin Luckyfeller. So all the information is valid. Perspicacious Publishing holds all exclusive rights to publish Demoni Vankil, and I hold all exclusive ownership to both publishing companies. I said, thank you so much. And then, and if you go to the actual article, I'll leave a link to these articles in the show notes here, but I actually created a revision of rights letter from April 24th, 2023 from On the Fly Publications to Höbin Luckyfeller. And I've got it up here, and it says, Dear Höbin, as per your request, we have reviewed your publishing contract. And according to your contract, and I give a contract number, and Article 6, when the book fails to generate more than $250 in 1 year, you have a right to termination and reversion rights. The books you have under contract are Demoni Vankil and Bloodsticks, and I give all of the ISBN numbers. Your contract is hereby terminated, and your publishing rights are returned to you in full. And that's exactly what Amazon wants to hear. And it just says, thank you for being part of our small publishing family, and we wish you the greatest success in your writing career. And then it says, sincerely yours, Jamie D. Buckley, President, and I signed it. And that's it. So I sent that off to Amazon because that's what their list of what they will accept. So I think that was awesome. I sent it, and I woke up the next morning, and when I sat down to the computer, Amazon had already responded. But it was not, I repeat, not what I was expecting. They said, hello, thanks for your message regarding the following book, Demoni Vankil. We've reviewed the information you provided. Based on our review, we are unable to confirm that you hold the necessary publishing rights. The information you provided is insufficient because of the following concerns. Documentation provided contains contracts that have not been signed by all parties. Okay, in order to publish the books, reply to this email within 5 days and provide us with further documentation and or verification showing you hold rights to the content. And it says we are unable to accept the following documentation to confirm publishing rights. And then they gave me the list that I've already read to you. And it says, please reply to confirm your publishing rights within 5 days. Otherwise, the books will be unavailable for sale on Amazon. And okay, this just blows me away Because first of all, I didn't send them a contract. I sent them a letter. And the thing that they said that they would accept is a letter from the original publishing company, which is On the Fly Publications, to the current author to return the rights of publication. And they said that all parties had not signed this contract. It was a letter, not a contract. So I'm thinking, what the? So here's what I did next. After scratching my head in complete and total confusion, I ended up sending them something and saying, look, I own all the copyrights. If you look at both books, you will see that I am the only copyright owner. I can prove the creation of Demoni Vankil and the birth of Höbin Luckyfeller back in 2005 with Wanted Hero. So there's no question there. I also produced the documents from my actual state showing that I own both the publishing companies. Lastly, if you look at the original version of Demoni Vankil, you'll see that I'm the original author. What's so hard to understand on your side? And maybe this is all because I wanted to make Höbin the author of this. I don't know, maybe it was a bad idea. But here's the thing, if Amazon wouldn't accept the truth from me, what am I supposed to do? When they don't even accept a letter, the proven publishing company owner, to Höbin, a fictional gnome, what the crap am I supposed to do now? So I thought, all right, there's only one thing left to try. So I sent them a contract, giving the publication rights back to Höbin, who never owned them in the first place. I own them, but they wouldn't accept that. Both here and now, it's only been me. Then what I did is I asked Höbin to please sign and date the contract. He was more than willing to help me, and releasing those rights. So I sent them an actual contract, the rights of revision of rights from On the Fly Publications, dated April 28th, 2023. And on there, I have the contract. I have the terms. I have everything that you need, and the 2 books, and all the ISBN numbers. And Höbin is the first signature. I, Jamie D. Buckley, as the president, have signed the second signature, and then I had it witnessed by some chick named Karen. Okay? And I sent that in. I figured there's so many Karens out there, we'll just ask one to redeem their namesake and sign as a witness. All right? So I sent that. Guess what? Amazon's reply, again, was not what I thought it would be. I sent all that in, and they replied and said, hello, we received the information you submitted for the following books, Demoni Vankil. We need some additional time to review everything. We'll be in touch with you within 5 business days. We appreciate your patience. Thanks for using Amazon KDP. This time, Eden, Amazon Content Review Team. And that's where we stood for a while. And I was, again, blown away. Okay, well, they're going to review it. Maybe they're finally going to listen to, everything that I've been trying to tell them up to this point. And they'll say, okay, this is getting kind of silly. But that's not what happened. The other thing is that it was supposed to be, this book was supposed to launch on September 22nd, which is tomorrow, Friday. And so here, 4 days went by, 4.5 days, and I just grew impatient. So I decided to send them an email, reply to the email from the email account that I needed to. And I said, Eden, it's been 4 days. What's the verdict for publishing Demoni Vankil? I still don't understand why there's a problem. Just by logic, again, I every time I've tried to just show them the steps. I can't see how they could not come to the same conclusion. So I said, just by logic, you can see and can find the information by looking at the book files. All the books being put into print are from the same account, mine. All the copyrights in both books are from the same person, me. I explained that the previous publishing company was dissolved and the new one created, both of which are owned by the same person, me. Both publishing companies also have the exact same address. And so I said, I realize your rules state that a note or letter from me saying that I hold the rights doesn't count. But how am I supposed to prove that I own everything and all the rights? No one has the right or ability to vouch for me. So what am I supposed to do? Okay. I thought that was a smart play. I really did. I thought I did the right thing. I am trying so hard to be upfront, to be truthful, and I can't seem to get their team to listen to me, to see the reason. Okay? I end up getting a response the very next day. Again, it's not what I thought it would be. It says, hello, thanks for your patience while we reviewed the following books. Demoni, Vankil. We've reviewed the documentation you provided, and based on our review, we are not confident you hold the necessary publishing rights. And I'm sitting here going, what the hell? Says, we found that content in your book has been previously made available on Amazon by Drew Briney. To publish your book, please respond with documentation confirming that your rights do not conflict with the rights held by that publisher. Please reply to confirm your publishing rights within 5 days, blah, blah, blah. Thanks for your cooperation. Amazon KDP Marco from the Amazon Content Review Team. And all I could think of was, wait, what? You're not confident that I hold the necessary publishing rights? And I'm thinking, are you flipping joking? Anyway, I got so mad about this. And a little momentary backstory here is Drew Briney is a friend of mine, very good friend. We both write fantasy. And Drew approached me back in 2015, me and several other authors, and said, hey, do you have a small novella or novella-ish type story that you'd like to do a compilation and see if we can work together and 5 of us promote and get our name out there more? And I thought, heck yeah, Demoni Vankil's, it's good. Sometimes I gave it away for a freebie to get more readers. And I said, I would love to do that. So we did that. Never saw any money from it or anything. It wasn't a huge seller, but it did get us known by new groups of readers. And it was a fantastic idea. So I was just completely floored because Drew is not a publishing company. He's an author like myself. And so I snapped. I really did. I mean, with all my gathered patience, I believed that I tried to comply. I had done all that I could do to follow Amazon's rules, to answer their questions, and provide all the documentation that they outlined on their website. And yet I kept getting tossed around. It wasn't until this last email, this last response, I realized I went back and looked through all the different emails and realized that I was talking to a different person every single email. They didn't even assign a singular individual that I could communicate over and over to build up a case. I was starting new every single time that I emailed them, which I don't know about you, but in a professional setting, that's BS. That's total crap, especially. Anyway, so it's like 10:45 p.m. I haven't been on oxygen all day, and I have a prescription. I'm on continual oxygen at this point. We don't know why, whatever. But I hadn't been on there, and not only that, my baby girl, my 4-year-old, turns out it's confirmed she has pertussis, whooping cough, which is extremely rare. In the United States alone, with 365 million people, there's only like 200,000 cases of whooping cough a year in the whole freaking country, and my daughter had it. So it's highly contagious, and now every breath that I was taking just felt like fire. Everything together. And I remembered, I'm done. I am absolutely done. And I go into my office and I shut the door. I sat down at my computer and I actually cracked my knuckles. And this is what I wrote. Marco, Eden, Eric, or whomever, this has become quite annoying. First, the fact that I talk to a different person in each and every email response makes me question your ability and motives. If this issue of publication rights is so important to Amazon, then why is it not addressed and followed through by a single individual? Is this process done through a queue? I have to say, this provides zero confidence in the decisions being made on this issue by your department. How are my rights of exclusive ownership and publication supposed to be resolved when my information and documentation is passed from person to person with no follow-up with me, the account holder? How am I able to reason with and provide documentation if I don't even know how this information is being looked at and considered? Second, I sent your department the exact documentation required by your guidelines. Then I point this out. Acceptable documentation may include a letter from the previous publisher reverting rights back to the author. This was provided, but I was then told that it was not valid because it did not have the signatures of both parties. What? When do you ever receive a letter from someone and you are required to sign it? Letters are not contracts. A signed copy of the agreement between the author and the previous publisher. This was provided. I attached the revision of rights letter from April 24th, 2023 from On the Fly Publications to Höbin Luckyfeller. Now you say, we found that content in your book has been previously made available on Amazon by Drew Briney. To publish your book, please respond with documentation confirming that your rights do not conflict with the rights held by that publisher. Here is my response to you. No. Drew Briney does not hold any rights. Have you looked at that book? It's a compilation of completed works submitted by individual authors. I've attached a screenshot from the book from Amazon's website, which states, copyright 2015 by each individual author, all rights reserved. Each individual author, each individual's rights. That's me, Jamie Buckley. But here's the most important part you're missing. Drew Briney, an individual author, published that compilation on August 9th, 2015. But the revision of rights letter from On the Fly Publications to Höbin Luckyfeller was on April 24th, 2023. That letter shows the publishing rights precedes Drew's project. First published was September 21st, 2011. If you're not following, On the Fly Publications published the very first version of Demoni Vankil. If they have the publication rights, that was done on September 21st, 2011. Drew's project, where he collected all of us, was on August 9th, 2015. And then I state here, and the publication rights were released back to Höbin on April 24th, and that's actually incorrect, it's April 28th, 2023, which supersedes any previous rights Drew Briney may or may not have had. So why am I required to prove anything pertaining to Drew Briney? The ball is now in your court. I await your reply. Then I crawled into bed. I hit send at about, I don't know, it was like 12 a.m., 12:09 a.m., and I was grateful that this was not a face-to-face meeting because, frankly, I just wanted to pop somebody in the mouth. I was so upset. Now, to be fair, because I don't want to leave this podcast on a low note, to be fair, I didn't choose their job, and I don't know what kind of stress or strain or how they do things over there at Amazon. I might not like it, but these guys are doing their job. They might even be doing it badly, but the fact of the matter is, it's not their fault. It's not their fault. They're following whatever procedure that Amazon requires of them. In the same vein, I didn't choose their job. And if you can't do it or you can't do it well, why are you there? So anyway, I ended up getting up early in the morning and taking my son to work. And when I got back, lo and behold, there's an email in my inbox. And here's what it said. Hello. Thanks for your message regarding the following books, Demoni Vankil. We reviewed the information and documentation you provided and have approved the books for publication. We wish you the best of luck in promoting and selling your books. Thanks for using Amazon KDP. Mohammed, Amazon Content Review Team. Yeah. So that's been my experience. And what kind of hit me was a meme that I had sent to me on Facebook. And that meme said, everything happens for a reason. But sometimes the reason is that you're stupid and make bad decisions. And to be fair, maybe, just maybe, me trying to do the book with Höbin as the author was a bad decision. I don't know. But I'd love to hear your comments. If anyone listening to this has had some strange or odd experience in dealing with Amazon and the approval of their book, I would love to hear this. Please come over to lifeoffiction.com, look for these articles about the Demoni Vankil, and make a comment. I would love to hear your story. And by the way, Demoni Vankil by #1 New York Times bestselling author Höbin Luckyfeller will be available tomorrow, September 22nd, 2023, through lifeoffiction.com, over at wantedhero.com, and wherever popular books are sold. Right now, it will be available in digital and in paperback, soon to come out in hardback. And that's it. That's the story I wanted to tell you today. I hope that wasn't too much for you, but I enjoyed telling you that story. Again, please come to lifeoffiction.com and sign up for our weekly newsletters. You'll get these podcasts and all the articles in your inbox through your email every week without failure. You'll never miss a thing. Remember, you are more than you think you are. We'll see you next time.